Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning, doing what I do for you. I got a good one for you today. Let's rock. Right thinking, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. Message and story for life. I'm giving life lessons. You tuning in, receiving them. The numbers are looking good. I ain't got no problem with that. I appreciate you. That's why I do what I do for you. Let's go. Right thinking mission is to enlighten. Key something you didn't have. Inspire you to take heed to what you didn't have. Check it out. I'm going to educate you on what I gave you that you didn't have and hopefully motivate you, every individual, to take part and become what? Better, to be in what? Their higher spiritual level, reach a higher spiritual level of what? Enlightenment. Spiritual enlightenment to be exact. God, knowledge, knowing thyself. All those things fall into that category. Next one. Right thinkers, way of life, and it is my way of life. It can be yours if you practice it, make it a way of life. That's how it's used. Mental and spiritual discipline daily. When you act on your spiritual discipline daily, that will help and guide you to obtain your spiritual goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment. That's how it's done. It's a process daily until you reach it. Trust me. What you want to reach? Spiritual enlightenment, aka knowing thyself. I'm big on that. That's my mission. Right thinkers, I want you to do just that. The ability to know thyself comes from free will, your choice. That's all. Now, know thyself. Again, a choice. You are who you are. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach them. Those I love. Why? I do what I do for you to enlighten you. To you. Stay tuned. I got you. Now, a person who knows not, that means you don't know. And if you can supplement what you don't know with belief, you are dangerous. I'm gonna avoid you. I recommend my right things to do the same thing. Next one is, now, you can be spiritual. And that's fine. Most people really just are spiritual, but they're just ignorant because what? They're asleep. I'm going to wake you up with what? Knowledge of self that's going to enforce what you believe. Now you got knowledge. That's my job. I'm going to do that for you. Trust me. Now, a person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow and listen to them. All these people reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Until Maya be true. You know how I feel about her. Today, my ego, I'm going to let him sit in the driver's seat. Only for a few minutes. Not, no. But I'm going to show you how the ego works. Trust me. Right thinkers, let's talk about how I end up making it, how I made it to my high school Hall of Fame. Don't have a clue. I was nominated. They accepted me on the merit of what I'm doing now, not what I did back in the day. I will make the other side, not the good side. But let me talk about that right quick. I'm gonna let the ego step in and do its thing. All right, here we go. Ego tripping. 1975 was the year I shined. I led it in 3 sports: football, basketball, and ran track. I was a 3-letter man. But in every one of those sports, all I want to do is get the girl. Hey, my thing. Yeah, I was the captain of the football team, quarterback. So I had a little juice. And the girls like, ooh, Mark Wright, he's the quarterback, all that nonsense. And I rode that. Trust me, I rode that Mark Wright to the end of the year. I had fun, so I got a problem with that again. I was doing me. I did my best, as always. I gave my all, and we only won one game my senior year. The year before that, we didn't win none, and I was personally pissed. I'm not going to compete and not win. I worked too hard. I studied, do what I got to do. On the football field, I would practice. I'm only one man, but I got to engineer of all the rest of the guys. So I'm going to get me a win. My senior year is my whole goal. We beat Central, my best game, all that good stuff. Yeah, but again, ego tripping. But the whole time trying to make sure I get my school some recognition and some respect. When you zero the year before, oh, everybody tell you, y'all didn't want y'all. So I had to hear that. So long story short, I took care of that by myself. Understanding if I don't get it done, it may not get done because it's about to get about over. we had the basement bowl. 2 0-6 teams. Somebody got to get a win, and it was us. It was me. I feel good about that. I used that tape to get in college. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. Now, I just didn't want to be a 2-year loser in my high school football career. My ego wasn't allowing that, so I did what I thought I should do. Amp everybody up, gave them a couple of them tap the ass, and we won. We went and did our thing. All right. I played again high on acid every game. I was a space cadet, they called them back then. I tripped every day. Along with the psychological trip, I'm still ego tripping. So I'm just tripping balls, as they say. All right. Now, back then, I was a bad man back in my high school days. That's pure ego. I was a ladies' man. Any woman that smiled and flirted with me, I'm smiling, flirting back. I ain't turned down nothing but my collar, as they say. So I did the girls. But the thing was, they came on to me. Understand that? So I just reciprocated. If you're a pretty woman, and you can pick and choose the man that come at you, you know they coming, but you get to pick and choose who you want to be with. I did the same thing from my male perspective, that's all. Watch this. Now, it was funny. Why? Because the girls came on to me most of the time. I just went with the flow. I was popular, so I got a lot of attention from the girls of all grades. I started from the sophomore, I had a sophomore, I had a junior, I had a senior. Didn't go to freshman, they was kidding, I didn't have time for that. So yeah, I had limits. I had my own personal status, trust me. I was told, you don't like black women, you like them hot yellow women. So 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other. If you were pretty to me, I didn't care what complexion you was, really. But it seemed like I looked back and said, none of my girls are light skinned. Okay, so yeah, maybe I'm color struck, but yeah. I stopped dealing with the white women when I came home from college. That's another story, but yeah, back in the day, I did that too. All right, we call them snow bunnies. Now I ask my son, do me one favor, don't bring home no white woman. He's a dad. I don't play in the snow. Cool, ain't gotta worry about that. Okay, it's a psychological thing for black men. You gotta have that white woman. Ignorance. I'm trying to wake my young people up. Okay, trust me. All right, watch out. Now, back in the day, I had a girlfriend who lived in Montclair, out of town. So nobody knew about that, but they ain't business. So I'm free. I'm willing and dealing. All right. Now, I was left the advice of my senior class, the advice to take it easy with the women in the future. I took that advice. All right. Now, back then, I was pure ego. It was all about me, Mr. Right. Something about hearing your name and just excited me. The loudspeaker, Mark Wright. I just so I know ego tripping, trust me. All right. Now in 75, I was working on my cool. All right. I was Superfly. I was Priest, Mac, Goldie. Okay. Those was my idols. Why? Because in the movies, that's what I saw, and that just ingrained in my brain. At 14, 15, 16 years old, those movies, black exploitative movies, was what we looked at. That's where that comes from. Okay, understand that. I was influenced by the movies like anybody else. Okay, I ain't got a problem with that. Watch this. What was that? Okay, now I didn't get my future dreams of being the man, a pimp, drug dealer. I lived that life because that's what was my dream at one time, and I fulfilled that dream. But when that dream was a nightmare, when what? It all came crashing down. Life lesson, epiphany, change, careers. Drug dealing, pimping, doing all that illicit stuff on the other side of the law, career is not a long-lived career. I had a 5-year run. It seemed like it was a long time. No, it seemed like that, but I spent half of that back in prison. Not a good deal. Okay, understand that. You got to understand it wasn't 6 on this hand, half a dozen on the other. No, look different against me. So it wasn't in my favor. I realized that a long time ago. Okay, watch this. Yes, I handed that in on paper. When we had to write your future plan, I wrote that. They didn't print it. That's why it's not under none of my name about my future. They said, we ain't gonna put that nonsense out. At the time, I didn't know. I'm just ego tripping, 16 years old. Man, yeah. Now, at our 20th class reunion, me and my dude, C-Rob Connie, we hang out because our life was going pretty well. We working UPS, he working 2 jobs, we doing our thing, everything going good, raising our kids, we just living. Okay, grown men outside high school, friendship lasted. Okay, then at our 40-year reunion, guess what? Me and C-Rock still hung out. Because why? Our life is still going well. He's retired, living in Delaware, we still communicate, we still get together. I think he's gonna be at my Hall of Fame induction. That's a friend. We're talking over 40 years. Let's go. Learning a new craft, AKA a way of life. Right thinking, philosophy is just that. After coming home from prison, started working at UPS, put my time in, did what I had to do. At a certain point in time, I started looking for something different in my life. Knowledge. I went to masonry. One of my guys at my job introduced me, Brother Williams, set me up. I became a mason, became a dean of instruction, worship master, taught the craft for years and years and years. Thought I had something. Something's still missing, okay? After 20 years of studying my Egyptian mystery system, I realized I can teach this to other people. Why? This is good stuff. I was a student for over 20 years, though. You go to college, you put 4 years in, you got a master's degree, 70, whatever. No, I'm talking about 20. That's the going state. So after 20 years of practicing, you work 20 years, you get to retire. In my frame, this work, after 20 years, you get to be a teacher. So I didn't just jump up. No, I put my time in. That's why I'm good at what I'm doing. No bragging, but yeah, it takes that to get proficient in what is you trying to get done. I'm about to do something real good. Shh, don't tell nobody. All right, where we at down now? I worked 25 years at UPS. I retired, I got bored, and I had to reinvent myself, so to speak. That's what I told you. You don't reinvent yourself. No, I just took what I was doing and figured out I can maybe parlay this into something else. Right thinking was born, okay? I started teaching right thinking philosophy on the internet at my brother's Ernie Can You Feel Us back in the day in 2017. That's when I aired. I've been doing, he said, well, you know, Brother Wright, you got to get you a body of work. Okay, so I worked with him for a year, 2 years. We did a good thing. I became #1 in my time slot, doing good. I started growing in followers after 2 years with the #1 show on the internet at my time slot, 11 on Saturday morning, like Soul Train. I want to make my man Don Canades, okay? So my hook was turn at 11 o'clock to me and get you some knowledge. At 12 o'clock, you be ready, you smarter. From 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I'm giving you knowledge and information that you can use. That's my philosophy. I'm still doing it first thing in the morning now. Ain't nothing changed. Your daily bread, I'm giving daily knowledge. Where we at now? Oh, no. Okay, here you go. I started doing my own thing, P-Funk Thinker, right? Which I call my alter ego. I control lessons on my show. When I do classes, I got control lessons on the books. When I'm doing this, I got free reign to do whatever I want to do. That's why I can show off my talents, my little, tidbit stories about this, that, and the other, so I can be me. Like my man Ray Hagan said, I'm so glad I can be myself. That's all I've ever been. Going back to high school, I'm still that same dude, just with a little more knowledge. All right, let's go. I'm about to wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. I would invite you to the class and reunion. Class, my introduction to Hall of Fame. But for $100, I don't know how many people are gonna show up. I can't get $5 from y'all, so I ain't gonna ask you for 100. But it's my night to shine. As long as my mom is there, I'm good. Let's go. Now, to be respected by your peers, That's what I'm doing. And for doing the right thing, I love that. I didn't want to get put in some position where in high school, I wasn't no Hall of Fame, football, high school, basketball, none of that. I was just an athlete, getting through, having fun. So I don't need that. Now, if I'm recognized for doing what I'm doing now, I'm going to take that and be proud. Let's go. When Dr. Woody Moody, my dude from high school, my buddy from West Side, saw one of my shows about the Mayat concept, back then I was still teaching Mayat in the first summer, he said, yo, my man, can you teach that? Because he running a recovery house and he wanted the spiritual concept. I was the perfect fit for that. Been there ever since, okay? But why? Because what I'm doing, what I'm teaching, I'm told is unique, is different. I'm the only one doing it. I ain't the only one enlightening people. It's just I'm doing what I'm doing my way. I got that concept, or I got the okay from my higher self and my prior teacher. You are ready to do what you think you should be doing. That's what I'm doing. Right thinking was born on the concept of I know enough that I can teach what I know. Wise man. Here you go. And I came to Patterson. When I came to Patterson 2 years ago, they was #1 in the worst place to live. Everybody wonder, why are you going there? My man, if you're going to do God's work, if you're going to do good work, go to the worst place. Ain't that how Jesus did it? He went to the downtrodden, the bad, yeah, all of that. So philosophically, metaphorically, it's the same thing. I'm bringing the message. I'm going to the belly of the beast to deliver my message. Why? They're the ones that need it. Going up in Snob Hill, talking right thinking, they could care less about that. But a person down there out on their luck, who needs something, who wants something to motivate them, inspire them, educate them, they can come right to me and I can give them that. I'm going to take them all. I tell the council lady, give me the bad one. What you mean? We got a lot of them. Give them to me. I can change them. I got proof that I've done that too. It's nothing less than right now. It's about me. My ego getting soft. All right. So when I came to Patterson, I can say right now, 2020, October the 7th, that Patterson is not even in the top 20. And the people who I'm socializing with, we having a gala coming up next week, and we're going to celebrate recovery. Why? Because when you take somebody from a position of destitute and addiction and wash them up, polish them up, as a mason, you're a rough ashlar. I'm going to take you and polish you up, climb you up, shine you, so you can fit into that wall of not made of the human hand. It's a spiritual concept to make you a better individual. As a mason, I did that. It's called speculative masonry, where you use the same tools that a mason used to build edifice. You use them for a more noble and glorious purpose, a spiritual concept. I did it for 15 years. I got nothing but understanding and knowledge for you to you better yourself. That's all I do for you. Now, the work I do at Tier 1 in Patterson is so rewarding, soul saving, spiritual, enlightening your people is a beautiful thing for me. When I leave my classroom, I feel good about what I did, what I gave them. Hope they can take it and use it and better themselves. It's been a year now. I'm seeing nothing but progress. If you fail my right thinking course, you failed in life. Because that's how I'm judging you, by how you live your life. If you ain't growing, if you ain't maturing, you ain't getting better, you fail. Simple as that. I don't have no concerns how to feel about. No, don't care. We need to get out of this feeling thing. I got enlighten my students to what I call dispassion. Dispassion means taking your emotion out of your decision making. Another lesson. I'll get to that next. Let me finish this up. I appreciate it. I see we're running a little long. All right. Last one. Right thinking philosophy changed my life for the better. I know it can change anyone's life who do what? Put the work in, follow the instruction, and you will see a change. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you, but this was for me. Hall of Famer. Thank you.